Ghost here. I was asked to go over quickly once again AR pistols chambered in 7.62 by 39, which is obviously the AK-47, SKS, etc. caliber. This is the oldest one I got. Try to keep this video short, so let's get to it. First of all, to build a reliable one, let's go over that quickly. Get your lower. Obviously, you know how to do it through an FFL 4473. Make sure it's other, and then build from there. Okay, you can get a complete upper, build it yourself. You know, this one's got a 10.5-inch barrel on it, with a primary weapon system was a FSC 30. It's from a SCAR. It's the old school. This one I've had a long time. This one's got about 4,000 rounds to it, probably more than that. Now, and of course, yeah, you need to have a pistol brace on it, or just leave the tube for it to technically stay a pistol. But I ended up going, it's funny, I ended up going and keeping, and I actually like it, that Myad Magpul grip, because you could keep a spare bolt in there and a firing pin, which is exactly what you want to do for one of these kind of AK pistols, AR pistols, excuse me. You're gonna need C products magazines. That's what's in here. The reason I like this, like I said, is you could open up the compartment. It keeps a spare bolt and firing pin. Now, you're gonna want to go ahead and get a good bolt. Obviously, a good barrel. That's a must with any AR. Is your bolt, your barrel got to be good. Actually get some sun for once in this state. I'm using a Toolcraft bolt in here with a phosphate extractor. And using a phosphate extractor is important because it's actually, you don't want a nitrated extractor. They break quicker because it's harder. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Because that's the one thing that's going to break, is you're going to end up breaking your extractor. Especially if you don't do what I'm about to tell you to do right now. With a 10.5-inch like this, and this is a carbine length with a 750 gas block, you want to definitely run a, I'm running an H2 buffer on here with a carbine spring. And then for your firing pin, you're going to need an enhanced firing pin, which is basically just a little bit longer, thinner, so it can pierce the primers of, you know, the Wolf steel ammunition easier. And I run only steel out of this, and steel's rougher on the extractors, and that's why it will end up breaking your extractors. So that's what's important with these things. You got to have a good bolt, good extractor. Get some extra extractors, you know, where you could do like I do, keep the extra set in here. Enhanced firing pin, and get a good barrel. I recommend Faxon barrels or CAC. I mean, if you really want to go all out, you get like a chrome, you know, a hammer forged chrome line one. The part's kind of hard to find now, but you could still most likely get one if you look good enough. I like the old school with the post, so it's, you know, it's getting harder and harder. I have a 7.5-inch. I got to run a H3 buffer through, because and that one's carbine length also. So pistol length, a pistol length gas system, or a shorter than a 10.5. Definitely gonna want to run an H3, and that's fine because I keep the H3 on my other lower. It runs a 50 Beowulf 10.5-inch, so the two work great for each other. So that's about it. C Products magazines. I'll go over real quick once again. You want to get C Products magazines. The 28s are better than these 30s. The 20s look better than all three of them. I don't have the curve. The 28s also will fit into USGI, you know, AR-15 mag pouches easier. They don't have the wicked curve to them. So enhanced firing pin, good bolt, perhaps a spare, phosphate extractor, and enhanced firing pin. And you know, these things, I know I'm gonna catch probably hell for saying this, but I actually prefer this over my M92. Yeah, I do. It's just the platform that, you know, the M4 platform with optics, it's just so much, you know, it's easier to handle. So, and then, again, this is a pistol, and depending on your state, like, this is fine under my carry permit. So what more can you ask for than 30 rounds of 7.62x39 on tap on a pistol? So, and as far as accuracy, you know, with this 10.5, I can hit 200 yards, 200 yards with no problem, and still have a, you know, decent grouping, maybe a small fist size. So that's good. My M92, not as accurate. So the farthest I've gone out with this was, we went to the 250 yards, and I was still hitting plates. So that's not bad. And you're not even supposed to use it for that. You know, this is really for close. I would say anything within 100 to 75 yards is your sweet spot, man. You would still have a lot of punch left. This one here, the 10.5, still put. I had this one chronoed out at what was it? I think it was 2,000. It's around 2,100. Sometimes spike a little higher, feet per second still. With the 7.5 inch I have, it was the highest I can get is like 1950, depending on what ammo you use. So these things are still great, even though the cost of the ammunition is insane. Getting up there for, you know, 7.62x39. I still prefer this over my AK pistols, which is crazy. But yeah, and that's just a magwell funnel. That's metal. It's supposed to make it easier for people who ain't too smart to get it in without scratching up the whole entire rifle. So, pistol, excuse me. So that's it. Quick recap on this, on these AK hybrid ARs, or AR-47s as people call them. Still recommend them, and you can build them cheap. You can build these for under $600 complete. So that's it. Ghost out.